Good morning, good morning, good morning. Get up in here so we can do this channel message. I don't know what the channel message is about to be named yet. I don't know what the moral of it is yet, but I actually was supposed to do this message a few days ago, but I don't know. God was like, just watch what's going on right now, and everything's going to come together in the right way. So let's start with, we got to incorporate a little bit of the dream catcher in here. Let's talk about the dream I had this morning, because obviously it has something to do with whatever's going on. So, dang, I can't recall what my previous dream was, but what I would say is that it's been maybe about a month, and even, oh my gosh, this is ironic. All right, dang, it's a lot of energy going on. I don't know. All right, a lot of y'all know that I don't follow the Mercury retrogrades anymore because even though astrologically, a lot of people believe in it because of its significance in astrology, and you know I don't like. I don't want to step on your toes, man. I don't care, whatever. Like, I don't believe in Mercury retrograde. I used to, I don't now, because that's just like a daily affirmation. Like, you believe in something, you keep repeating it, you keep saying it. That I think Mercury retrograde is just a complete cycle that people choose to follow if they should do so, or is not knowledgeable on the cause and effect and believing in it. That's my own personal bias. Just gonna sprinkle that gem right there for whoever needed to hear that. Now, since I don't believe in Mercury retrograde, I don't pay attention to whenever supposedly it occurs, right? Because although the placements in regards to astronomically and using astrology says that when Mercury retrograde happens, it's like basically everything's just like out of whack and going backwards and stuff like that. Um, why would I want to participate in that? No, I don't even know how this turned into a little quick rant just now, but I'm only saying this because I know y'all just supposedly came out of a Mercury retrograde not too long ago, and this was in regards to the previous month. Now, what's the two things that? Oh, we get to somewhere. Oh my gosh, we getting to somewhere. So, what's two things that affects people, places, things during Mercury retrograde, right? Just what I can think of right now is technology and communication. In regards to the Gemini embodiment, right? So Aquarius is like predictive programming, prophecy, prediction, right? And then in regards to the Gemini embodiment, that'd be lover, loved one, friend, relative, romantic, platonic, business partnership of some sort. Take the message how it resonates. All right, yeah. Put more comments in the comment section. Let's get talking. Let's get active. So, Aquarius and Gemini mentioned. What's the other zodiac sign? I wouldn't say in comparison. That's similar to those two I've just mentioned, right? So Mercury retrograde affects the Aquarius and Gemini embodiment. You would think the Libra aspect in regards of the full trinity of the air signs will have something to do with Mercury retrograde. But why is that? Why would air signs revert back to something in a negative connotation? See, this is why I have my own personal bias. Feed your own. Think about it like this. At least two, once again, two of those zodiac embodiments are in regards to authoritative figures. You know what? I just learned something just now, and I'm going to save it for a different message. Because it could get to a whole different conversation than what I'm trying to do with y'all today. But just keep that in mind, right? So, any rules. Let's get into the dream catcher message a little bit in regards to this morning. So this morning, I had a very interesting dream. Now the thing is, I was talking about the dream state about a month ago. It's like it was a moment where there's all these dreams that was just like back to back to back to back to back. And usually, previously, like when I wasn't more trained in the spiritual, like years ago, I would get dreams whenever I felt like I could say God wanted me to be aware ahead of time. But now with the discernment that I have, it's been a lot of dreams that's been happening like instantaneously. So when I got this break, I would say, from the dream state, being able to enjoy my sleep. Not saying that I don't enjoy the dream state and the dreams and whatnot, because there's always a blessing in it every time. Because it is a way of communication. But you know, there's something about the I don't know, a channel message within a channel message about like what Mercury retrograde would represent. I guess this is why it's mentioned in regards to things out of whack, reverting back to negative ways. So it's just like, God forbid on my life. Aquarius embodiment destiny. Your destiny, my destiny. Completely different. We all come here to do something or things, multiple things, you know, for the betterment of self and others. Because once you're truly yourself, you know, everything's limitless. And then the other embodiment is Gemini in regards to Mercury retrograde, communication, people having miscommunication, misunderstanding. But all of these zodiac embodiments are the embodiment basically of authoritative figures. You see that? No negativity. It's like somebody irrelevant. Somebody just wanna like, or people, I don't know. I'm my business on that. Just want you to just for a moment cause a brief delay, God forbid. Because you have to understand, you then have to think about the observation of it all. In order for someone to want to even, we're talking about the psychology of the human mind. In order for someone to want to cause a delay, to even have the emotion in correlation with their train of thought, to even want to even think subconsciously or unsubconsciously that the emotion they want to project is just like, just want to beat somebody so bad. Wherever jealousy and envy come from these words, irregardless. Quite interesting. Anyways, because we're not gonna go all deep into that. So like basically, in the dream catcher message, right? I saw someone's point of view. I didn't understand it at first when I woke up from the dream, but now I understand. I saw somebody else's point of view in the dream. Why was it significant that God showed me somebody else's point of view? Some sort of projection. Mind you, I was just talking about how previously y'all just got out of this Mercury retrograde. Point of view, you can go look up the song on the American Heritage Society music playlist. I don't got no hate. I don't got no hate for you, but you hate me though. Projection, false projection. That's the embodiment of Mercury retrograde. Basically, that the people who supposed to talk, somebody don't want you to talk. The people who are supposed to be seen, somebody don't want you to be seen. If you say something, somebody wants you to be miscommunicated, miseducated. Like, listen. What would someone or people gain from you not speaking your truth? You being your authentic self. You know, that being the embodiment of Aquarius, like your destiny, like somebody would want that, but it's like, no, like you could never. Honestly. You think you think you could outdo somebody that God created individually as his own design. You gotta really understand the process of the human brain. For real. To even be like, for real. This is why sometimes you just on a minuscule level you can just ignore certain stuff. So when God show you something, just pay attention. So like in a dream catcher message, I seen in a dream state somebody else's point of view. It seemed like a home. I wouldn't say dispute. It wasn't a home dispute. It was more like a I don't know. It's like whatever said previously events had took place. It was like it was already known, and it wasn't that it wasn't for me to know what was going on. All I knew had to know was that this person's family basically neglected them in some sort of way in regards to not being there for them the way that they were supposed to, and so this person had to leave from that family. And then in the next part of the dream, it shows me a glimpse of a significant previous experience. So basically a dream within the dream, a channel message within a channel message, because even in the dream state, that would be symbolic of Pisces. Right. And then in the dream, seeing something from the past and the previous ex-lover, that's Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius. Not going towards the past, but learning from a particular previous situation or knowing something that, God wants you to be aware of. Whoever really cares about you wants you to be aware of. Mm. Anyway, anyways, a lot of good energy coming in. I'm just saying that I started thinking about. Anywho, but it's only because this previous, and then the person was a Libra. What I would say is, because there's a moral in every story, I'll tell you a story real quick. So basically, I was dating. It's so interesting because I just recently went to church and there was like a Q&A thing panel. It was like real cutesy, and there was like questions about you know previous circumstances that you realize they made you a better person overall. And it was so interesting because even the dynamic of the conversation, it was like I was talking about a previous situation with the Capricorn. Y'all know the story with the Capricorn from the previous, tarot land messages. We ain't gonna get into it. So this other woman gave her perspective, but I knew God was using the person to speak to me. I can't explain it. I don't know how. It was just like that. So when I was listening to the person speak, and I was like, all right, this is like a different perspective because I told the previous, you know, a previous, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm talking about the past, but because I'm, how you say it, not comfortable. Obviously I am, but like, I'm confident in my present and my future. So when I talk about previous experiences and we're talking from a different perspective, there was like a different mindset that I used to be in previously. So coming from the healed mind that I have now, I'm able to not only have my own sense of moral compass and beliefs, I know the perspective of where I used to be and that there was someone then that resonated with me and someone now who resonates with me in regards to the mindset that I have today. So so something I was speaking the past, but this woman came and was telling me my present and future, sort of, kind of. And I'm like, that was a really good conversation. So fast forward, in the dream, it caught a glimpse of like this previous ex-lover of mine. I bring this person up because this person is a Libra. When I was taking a break from the Capricorn, I started talking to this guy, the previous ex-lover. And it was a whole situation. I learned a lot from that situation. It's just like I wouldn't go back, but like God was showing me like that type of energy, not the bad kind, is coming away because it's a you don't have to forget the good times, because when certain things, unfavorable situations happen, God forbid, we're gonna reject that from the back, come into the present. So God was like, remember the good times, and like you wouldn't get this type of energy, but it's gonna be for real. So I was just like happy, like, because I seen a glimpse of it, and I'm like, it's not no SEX dream or nothing like that. What it showed me was the embodiment of the person, this previous ex-lover. It was a Libra. So like I'm like, all right, I'm about to get justice in regards to a particular situation. Or the perspective of the dream overall. So that's when in the dream, mentioned like fellatio, or something like that. But not from the woman, from the man. Like it was like because how this guy was, y'all. How this guy was, this Libra, like just like really, really, really enjoyed pleasing. So I'm just like, all right, so I'm getting a glimpse. So somebody, all right, so point of view, somebody, had like the Gemini embodiment, lover, loved one, friend, romantic, platonic, and or a business partnership of some sort, you know, in a sense, you would consider going against them or like not as welcoming. Um, mm. And they had to leave that family or Gemini embodiment of some sort. And then the next part of the dream was receiving justice. Someone who wants to help, someone who wants to please, someone who wants to take care of you. So I'm like, wow, this is like, if I think, because it was like a dream within a dream, you understand. Because the Pisces embodiment is I'm already in the dream state. When the dream was taking place, and then I'm seeing previous lover, that's the past, that would be Pisces embodiment. I'm like, I'm like, all right, that's old, but this the good stuff. I'm like, this the good stuff. I'm about to come into the blessing. Point of view person coming to the blessing. My American Heritage Society supporters and what. Anyways, I'm like, all right, what does this mean? And it was just like, it started making me think about all these other dreams. And I was just like, ooh. So let's get into the main event, because I don't know why it was specific. I had to talk about all those things. So now, I had went and did a new venture because it was like this weird energy where unfavorable, yes. But with different mindsets and perspectives, certain people don't think and act the same. And that's fine as long as, keep it cute. But I guess while this quote unquote Mercury retrograde was happening, it's like it was so interesting because the stuff I was seeing, it's like it was so interesting because it was like previously, honestly, like a year before, there was a lot of things going on that I would have wanted answers to in regards to certain scenarios. But I learned over time that like if it's not bettering me, I just don't care about it at all. You know what I'm saying? So with that perspective, I'm just like, all right, whatever. So now coming to the new year, and now around this time, for a reason, previously it was that Mercury retrograde, and I'm already in the sense of belief of I don't believe in Mercury retrograde. It's not for me because I don't want things to be out of whack. I want to be able to communicate effectively, and I want to, you know, be understood so that the message has the effect of what it's supposed to do, for greater good. And then I'm seeing during that time frame, it's not everybody, but it's like certain people, whether they believe in astrology or not, I don't know. Teachers don't like, you never really know. I'm seeing certain people be affected by, I guess, what you would call a Mercury retrograde. But it never made me no different. It's just like, all right, you're stuck in a cycle. I can see that. I don't want to be stuck in that cycle with you, so let me keep doing my thing. And it was these situations where, like, certain people didn't want me to speak on certain things, even though I have all right to speak. It's one thing. It's one thing if it don't got nothing to do with you. But if it got something to do with you and somebody try to make you feel bad for using your rights to speak on certain things, God forbid. So with all that energy, you would think I would be like, oh, like I'm gonna start acting like y'all. I'm gonna pretend that I don't know what's going on and that you stuck in a certain cycle and we're not on the same wavelength and we're like, yeah, I'm just going to pretend that no, because that would take away from me being me and you being you, and you trying to make yourself feel better by what humans would call insecurity. Because you gotta be insecure from the start to even like be thinking any negative emotion like jealousy or envy towards another person, whether you don't want to call it that or not. But the way you act and make you do what you do, but you want to call it something else. You, but it just don't be making sense. Like no, just because you confused doesn't mean I gotta be confused with you. Anywho, all that was going on. That type of energy was going on. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. Because I was about to take you to a different place. Someone wanted to make it hard for you. Somebody wanted to put delays. This is previous energy. Like, because in this scenario with the Libra last time, it was so interesting because, like, I was taking a break from the Capricorn, and the Libra was trying to pursue me so bad, to the point that this person. Let me tell you what type of woman I am. The type to get a man interested in me while I was previously in a relationship. Wait for the relationship. Keep game. Wait for the relationship. Do what it do. I take a break from the Capricorn. Meet the Libra. Libra trying to woo me. Woo me so much. Made a whole new profession. To some way, I don't know, meet each other on our journey, our paths, so he could see me again, or in a different or new light. But when I didn't give him what he wanted, supposedly, he started to act a certain type of way. And I continued to show that man kindness. But when I took my energy back from that said person, the people he collaborated with to try to go against me, the whole group was like dismembered. No one would talk to each other anymore. It was so interesting because me, all them people, to try to make one person feel some type of way about something that had nothing to do with anybody else. And those are the people that was trying to work with me too. Amongst other things. Everything played out the way it was supposed to. in my favor, honestly. So when I see these embodiments in the dream state, it was just like telling me like, all right, there's something. All right, pay attention. There's something about someone or group of people where insecurity could be at play. You know, it's not really jealousy or envy. It's like that kind of what's that phrase where like if they can't like they just want to stand with you, not against you, but they don't know how to really go about it because in order to be a part of whatever you got going on, you gotta be authentically you, and they haven't found that part of themselves yet, and they don't want to do the hard work supposedly, but it's not really hard work, and you're not being forceful about it. So it's just like awesome. You gotta meet someone where they at types, but you don't really have like because it's like I don't know if you're at 100, probably go 50. If you got 50, probably go 100. Hmm. I said all this to say. So I went into a new endeavor, and before I did this endeavor, I was talking to God about it, and I was like discussing as usual what my next business move was gonna be. Gave me the brilliant idea. So when I said implemented said idea, it was like this energy of the same previous people that wanted to push all that projection on me failed, false projection. Wanted to like treat me some kind of way. Now they want to be in my energy. They want to use my energy. They want to do all this weird stuff. It was really one of them scenarios like you could just ask. Mm. Anyways. Anywho, so when I did that venture, I went to go do a specific errand or whatever, and it was so interesting. One moment. It's so funny because what I'm about to say makes a lot of sense because like to the person in this situation. Oh my gosh. Because it's like I'm about to bring something up, I'm about to say something. Or I already did. And I know I'm right about the situation. It's one of you know them scenarios where it's like it's not really much that needs to be said. Like what's understood is understood. And then it's one of them scenarios where like you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all type scenario. It's like for what? You just know somebody wants you to say something about them. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy from your lovers or loved ones. Oh, yo, I'm sorry. It's too funny right now. Why am I hearing the Jonas Brothers? Why am I hearing the Jonas Brothers? Like, that is wild. I don't want to say the name of the song. No. You go around and you know who I am, but you don't. You got me. And I'm trying to keep them going under. Oh my gosh, that song is, yeah, it's funny in regards to the situation. Hmm. In one sense, your significant other is like very, very sexually satisfied. And, woo, with you. Oh, I was sleeping. And it's good. It's real good. And, you know, oh, somebody is mad about something. Somebody is mad about something. Oh my god. But it's it don't got nothing to do with it. But I receive it don't got nothing to do with me. But like at the same time, it's like I don't know. They could have did it to themselves. And we're gonna get into why that is so interesting. So mind you, I said I went to go do this new endeavor, right? So a part of endeavor, I went to go back to like this is the backstory on backstory is a lot. So begin. I go into a new endeavor. It does pretty good, and then all that energy of like people who was like projecting on false projections at me, now they want to come around or something. Like they're like, yeah, like you're doing good. Let me see what you got going on. And like I'm just like, are you serious? are you are you for real? Like this is how you just kind of look at the situation. It's like whatever. So then when I go back to the new endeavor, it's so funny. Like when I go back to the new endeavor, it's all this other stuff going on. And it's like all this stuff. It's like that Mercury retrograde is so funny because although I don't participate in it, everything that was like lost in communication, that was slowed down, that was trying to be delayed, it's like it got to revert back, and the revert back is like people just knowing the intent of everybody what was going on. So it's like, all right, you could have felt like the emotional aspect of it because physically you weren't a part of the confusion, but like you felt like all right, you could have felt like you didn't know what was going on in a particular situation, whether it was with you or outside of yourself, but you was feeling like the emotional impact of like what was going on. It was one song I was listening to, y'all. It was this one. It was this one song I was listening to, y'all. Like I listened to this whole project, and then I got to this one particular song. Now, mind you, this song in particular I didn't know was on the project. But when I don't know, but like previously before the project was made or whatever the case may be, I heard a snippet of the song, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like because like the sample was like so great because like it was you had to it's one of them things I can't explain it. So like the song was great. So I was when I heard it, I was just like, oh, it's on the project. And like yo, when I say I could feel where the person was coming from, and the person wasn't even saying a lot. I was just like, dang. And it wasn't just like it was like a resonation, like you not resonate. Somebody got to resign. Who got resign? Who got to resign? Oh, listen, y'all. This is like it's like I'm trying to get all this information to y'all in the best way. Like y'all. When I came back to do the new endeavor after all that interesting energy was happening, see what had happened was I can't. No, the first thing that happened was, let me tell y'all, I come over to the new endeavor once more, and I start seeing this person in particular. It was a Scorpio, so I knew a miracle was coming in. I'm like, all right, I'll take the miracle. Like, even though the person I don't really care for like that. The Scorpio is somebody who previously, this person in particular, was somebody who previously I knew this person was being groomed. Not in the way you think either. Like in regards to like concepts. Like the person, I'm sure they have their own mind to, you know, but because of what industry they're in, I knew that they were being groomed to think in a particular way, and I'm just like, it's a whole other situation. So I was just like, this really don't got nothing to do with me. You're trying like, whomever is trying to include me in something that don't got nothing to do with me. I don't know why you trying to like influence somebody else to have something that got nothing to do with me. Like this is like, I was just talking online about ain't like people be like beefing over like the dumbest stuff, and then on top of that, like how you gonna beef with somebody from out of state? Who doing that? Who putting that much energy into something like that? And like even if it's not out of state, like you live like how far away? Who doing all that? Who doing all that? Like that's too time consuming right there. Nobody's doing that. So I want to say all this to say, right? So when I seen this person was like literally, it was humbling. This person literally was like previously acting, or I don't know. This person was acting some type of way because they were being told like or shown in some sort of way that I was supposed to be their competitor or something like that. And it's like at the time we were doing two completely different things. We weren't doing nothing similar at the moment. But the thing is, I don't know if the person knew or the person told somebody something, but like it's not like at the time that wasn't like my niche in comparison with that person. It was like I could do the same thing. I'm talented and gifted and skilled enough to do the same thing, but at the time we weren't doing the same niche, so it was just like, why are you even feeding into the confusion? So I was just like, whatever at first, because at first I was trying to keep it cute, and then like the person, I don't know why I'm even getting into all that, because then it gets like people start feeling offended. But it was very humbling because then I seen that person basically wanting to, I wouldn't say incorporate, but they wanted to learn from me in a sense, or like they felt I was showing me a specific way, like this person that like, because you gotta understand, like this person is like for one reason very nosy at what I got on going on in my romantic life, right? And I never knew this person. This was a third party in regards of like business partnership. So this person wanted to know what I got going on to the extent of like this person could have asked me or had a conversation with me, or if they knew something they could have said something to me. Instead this person would be throwing subliminals and stuff like that, and it's just like it's not even like, what? Mm. Cool for me. That's crazy. Now you just be doing weird stuff. But whatever. So, fast forward. Give me a second. Ooh, it's so interesting because, like, all right, I just learned something. I just learned something. That's good. But anyway, it was a humbling experience just to see, the person want to learn from me. They could have went about it a better way, but whatever. And I could have thought negative. This is what I'm trying to say. I could have thought negative on the situation, but I'm supposed to be like, you know what? Instead of being upset that somebody is taking notes, trying to learn from me, even though I don't personally like their personality. Ha! She mad because I don't like your personality. First and foremost, the first conversation I ever had with this person, they said that they was on the down low of the LGBT. Once it is of the LGBT community, just down low. As a woman, why is that your first conversation with me? And I was like, oh, it's a secret. The fuck, like, oh, excuse me. Like, are you trying to lure me into your fantasy? Like, your quiet secret fantasy? Like, what are you talking about? No, I don't want to go that way. So it's just like, and then ever since then, weird energy. It's like, am I supposed to be attracted to this? Like, no. Like, anywho, I ain't gonna hold you. Some stuff she did say was good advice. But like, me being cool with someone who act like that, no. Mm. But you gotta take the best out of the any situation. So and so like I said, I chose not to be upset about the situation because I could like honestly just been like, oh my gosh, and why this and this or whatever, and then be just like acting like negative about the situation when I wasn't thinking about the situation to begin with. It's been this energy of like people projecting you to get upset about something because they're already planning for you to get upset about something. No, no, I don't have to accept that. Why would I accept negativity you're trying to project? I mean, no. Send it back to you, back to sender. So, so instead of getting upset at the situation, I let it go. I was like, whatever. And this been kind of the vibe for a while. Like, I'm just letting it go. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. And every time, yo, I'm telling you, when you thought about the situation already, and you know what? You know how people be like, I don't know, and this and that, whatever, right? Mm. Anyway, you know what? I just let it go. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let you whomever first place thing made me upset. Like it was so many moments previously that it was just like It's supposed to make me upset, and I'm like, no. And literally, the situation was like, no. Every time. Every time. Even like today. Even like today. Like, after I had, it was so interesting. After I had the dream, I understood what it meant. Get online. I'm looking at people who was looking at me. But they thought they were doing it secretly. But the only, I don't know what their previous conversation was like, but previously, when I last spoke to both of them, that's how like I ain't gonna get upset in a moment. Because it's like, you ever peep something and you just, alright, you can discern, but don't let discern, you can discern, but don't let your discernment make you, make like very quick choices without thinking it out properly. That's the best way I can say it, because like, my discernment would tell me something, and then like, depending on what it is if I want to respond quickly or not to a particular situation. Because some things sometimes need to play all the way out, and sometimes you can just bypass certain things. So my awareness told me, like, don't get upset because the person is not learning from you now after they was being so rude to you. Don't be upset because you know what you know about the situation now. Whether she knows it or not. All these scenarios that was going on, don't be upset. Like, someone told me not to be upset in the situation previously that I should have been all the way upset with. I should have reverted back. Metro, what I said, Metro woman wants some more. Like, I was in a situation a while ago, not too long ago, where someone told me basically not to be upset about something I should have been very upset with, that a Mercury retrograde should have took me back a few years ago. God forbid. And every single time, without pride, without ego, when I know for certain, because of my discernment, that God used someone or himself to tell me, show me what direction I should go in. Every time I listen, instantly rewarded every time. Because this morning, it was like these two people, in regards to a situation that already previously happened, I excommunicated one of the people from getting in contact with me because they violated. And so now, what's done is done. Certain things I can't even like talk about at the moment. But I can tell you this. That Gemini embodiment, it's like they just show, like, Mercury retrograde just let them show themselves, like, in the worst ways. And, like, it don't negatively impact me. That's the good thing. But it's like, coming out of that Mercury retrograde, they had to sit with themselves and their thoughts and their decisions. Now they want to come back to evaluate themselves. But I ain't gonna hold you, right? People come into people's lives for a reason. But, you know, what is somebody doing in their life that they can commit such treason against you? Or it can feel that way. And they feel like they can still come back to you. You know what? And that's based on your own moral compass. It would be over exaggerated. Anyways. Anyways. Mm, well, plot twist, right? Regardless of all that, I was glad I learned from it what I gained from it. Amen. Right after I let those negative feelings go, we turned it back on this internet. Seeing the situation for what it was, and it was a good thing. I was like, all right, yeah. The next day, I'll go back to, you know, to the new endeavor. Literally at the vicinity of where I did the other endeavor, it was this like this. I don't even know. Like if somebody went overboard with somebody, ooh, like somebody did something. Somebody crashed out about something. Someone thought they were gonna crash out on you. They didn't crash into a wall. Tumbled. Like God forbid my life. Like because if you all seen it, like I was like, and everybody was just, ooh, everybody was just looking around like, oh, we ain't seen, like now we don't seen it, but like, it was like I don't know, it was like something that took it back on something. All I know is if Mercury retrograde affected your life in a negative aspect, um, where how I say this, something tried to delay you from going somewhere, it was for your protection. know is everything that Metro. I keep hearing Metro Boomin. I don't know what's going on, but everything that Mercury retrograde like may seem like it was delayed or an issue for you, like your fruitation coming now. I know they say it's about to be or is harvest season, so take all the good you can get, and I'm gonna receive all mine. Amen, amen.